Hey everybody, it is Monday, which means it is time for the Troubleshooters. I almost did the thing that like lets Otter know it's intro time, but not yet. As you can tell, it is the finale, the final episode of the Troubleshooters. There's a lot that's happened, but first, thank you to D&D Beyond for the continued use of their product. They are moving onto Wizards of the Coast. There's been a big, huge change there, and I'm excited for it. We have new book coming out. Next week is the Monsters of the Multiverse. The following month in June, we have the Journey Through the Radiant City. And then in August, they have Spelljammer. And then later in the year, we have Dragonlance. It's going to be a great year. I don't really have too much announcements. I kind of want to jump into thing in not this weekend, but the following is the RPG Con. I am just to say there's a lot on my plate right now, and I'm trying to eat it with like the little snail fork. You know, it's got like two prongs. It's like little. I'm just trying to eat the entire thing with just the smallest fork I can find. So, anyways, we've got all that going on. I'm trying to move houses in between there, and so because that's the kind of madman I am. So that's all going on. We have virtual D&D weekends in June, and I want to talk about. Man, there's like been so much to recap, and now I'm in like brain lockup. So let's go into the recap. Actually, you know what? Before we go to the recap, there's something else I want to show you guys. As you know, Monday night has been our flagship show. This is the end of the Troubleshooters. Normally, I have a nice big break in there. However, we had to push some of that back because we have something new coming up. You guys have seen about it. We have Wild Beyond the Witchlight coming up here next Monday. So there's no break. We're going straight into Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And I'd like to show you guys a little trailer that Otter has been working on. Roll the otter. Roll the otter. Roll the footage, Otter. Sound All right. So as you can see, starting tomorrow, we'll have the party reveal. I've already seen everything that's being worked on. I'm excited for it. It's going to be great. So make sure you tune in on uh, all of our things, all of our places, and you guys can see all of that starting tomorrow. Let's see. I think that's all we've really gotten announcement wise. There's a lot of stuff coming up. Lots of new movies coming out. I have not seen Doctor Strange 2 yet. I hope to in the near future. A lot going on, like I said. RPG Con, talked about the books coming up. Talked about session 0. It won't be live. We've already recorded session 0, but we will have it uploaded here. It's a very short meet the party setup thing. If you didn't catch it, that's okay. Session 0 will have information about the startup and things like that. So you won't miss any, or session 1 will have all the startup information. So you won't miss anything. It's just really kind of neat to see the introduction of the characters. But again, we'll see the introduction of the characters themselves progressing throughout the week. All right. So with that being said, let's talk about the Troubleshooters. They destroyed the last of the depots, had a great plan to draw out Peter Dietrich, who we found out was the great-grandfather to our own Cole Mahane. And Peter had been dabbling in necromantic abilities, Grandpapa, who had been dealing in necromantic abilities, specifically dealing with extending his life in an unnatural means via lichdom. And it appears as though he was successful. They tried to draw him out into a fight, hoping to use the shell of anti-magic as a way of diverting his abilities. Unfortunately, a voice in the head of our friend Otter, or our friend Moonin, excuse me, requested their presence in the center of town where those 4 pillars are, stating that they would make his troops stand down, but drawing them to the center. And as we watch the party make one final stand against Peter Dietrich, that is where we'll begin the final episode of the Troubleshooters.
Y'all can only stay if you can behave.
The group.
What a great way to start.
Right? We open up, and that's the first thing we hear is, you can only stay if you behave. I mean, I'll try my best.
No promises.
The last message you had invited you for one final showdown, one final stand against Peter Dietrich, promising to make sure that his troops, what remain of them, stand down. Colm walks outside the edge of the bubbled area, pats the accordion case that you've seen on him so many times, and says, "Oh, I suppose there's no time like the present. It looks like Grandpapa wishes to see us all buried under the rubble. I say we go and kick his arse. What do you say?"
You do it twice
Twice?
for fun.
I mean, if Revivify works on him, certainly.
No. Just I mean, like literally kick it twice.
Oh, certainly.
I mean,
I'm sure our new foot-friendly friend over there, nodding to Liz, will happily kick him multiple times over and over and over again.
well, I'm pretty sure if we kill him, he has a few people on the other side waiting for their turn. I know at least one.
But let's not forget that there is one minor issue that we have to deal with. Grandpapa will retreat into his phylactery if we're not careful. So we can defeat him, but we must make sure that we destroy that as well. Do any of you have an idea where it might be located?
Hmm.
Do you think that it's back where the guy is that talked about fast food? Do you think you would have kept it there?
That might not be a bad idea.
Keep it off world, if you will.
Let's deal with this issue first, and then we'll delve into that other one. Well, and you watch as he reaches into the bag and pulls out it's a gun about that long with a wooden stock on it and a long cylinder or a long magazine. He pops it in and pops it and starts walking forward. Shall we? All right. You start making your way through the town. You see some patrols. As soon as they see you, they put their hand up. You see them stop, and all of them take their rifles or their wands and dip them down to the ground. As you start to move, you see a small cadre of individuals that follow you into the center of town. Eventually, you make your way. The remaining mechanized units standing there, their weapons powered down, their pilot standing outside of them. A span of a bridge crosses a deep ravine that disappears into darkness below. You cross over the wide promenade and bridge into this looks like central fountain area. You can see as you walk that those four pillars, those four columns that came up like claws out of the earth, rose out of that ravine that's encircling this area. There's a weird magic about the area. As you approach, you can see that the fountain has been laid low, leveled by destruction. It looks like something has stomped on it. You can imagine what it was. A dais raised slightly off the ground, about 3 feet off the ground, sits just on the other side of where the fountain. As you approach, you can see standing on it, holding a cane in his hand, leaning on it, Peter Dietrich. Yes.
Before we had approached, is there any way that I could have pulled Emrys aside at one
Absolutely.
point? Cool.
Before you approach and cross over the promenade, let me know what any sort of setup or anything that you guys want to do.
Gej would pull you aside, Emrys, and unwrap the scarf from his neck and offer it to you. It's kind of holding it there like awkwardly. You muted.
You love this scarf and you want me to have it?
And if you feel it necessary, you can give it back when this is done, but it's yours to keep, should you choose.
no. I'll keep it. If it's a gift from you, I'll take it. Instead of taking it in my hands, I'll just sort of lean forward and dip my head down.
Just wrap it lovingly and tuck it under like your vest and stuff. That way it looks it won't get in your way. And regardless of what happens today, I just want you to know that my life is richer for having you in it. And he's gonna lean down and kiss you in the forehead.
No. Anything else for anybody else?
I'm fighting back voices in my head, trying to concentrate on what I might be walking into.
Liz, Liz just kind of like looks over at Moonin and just goes, "I'm with you till the end, so we got this, or I'm gonna take you to the afterlife."
That oddly sounds like
I
a
just
threat.
like the resolution in that. Well, I mean, doesn't it though? You're like, well, I mean, here we go.
Yeah.
It is or it ain't.
As of 6th level, by the way, just so you know. So
Okay, and is that for just my hits, or is it also for weapons?
It is. Hold on just a second. God damn it! I closed it out. Give me 1 second. It is
Sorry.
just your attacks, I believe. Let me double check and see. It's key empowered strike is what it is. It's 6th level. Your unarmed strikes.
Gotcha.
As magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right. Well, with no further ado.
Yeah.
Sorry. Maybe I have to know something first, because I do want to give Gej something.
Okay.
But I need to know where in a timeline, like in specific hours or minutes, it would be before this. I guess before we meet Peter, in a sense. Is it like 15 minutes? Is it before we meet with the people? Is it an hour?
I would say it's probably you're walking through town and it's not a small spot from one side to the other. So I'm
Okay.
saying you've got like 30 minutes before you get there. So in that 30-minute time span, this is what we're doing. What are you doing in that 30-minute time span?
After Gej gives me his scarf, I'd like to take it's like a moment of remembering, and also just like, oh wait, and I shuffle for a little bit before I pull out a wand. I got this a little while ago, and it doesn't hold as much sentiment as your scarf does, but in time, if the time comes, because it takes attunement, I think you would enjoy this quite a bit. And I'd like to give Gej the wand of fireball. It takes an hour
Wand of
to
fireball.
Yeah. Or yeah, the wand of fireballs.
Okay.
That's why I kind of wanted to know timeline.
I mean, you tell me what you guys want to do. If you want to take a moment to like collect yourselves before you go in.
And it takes an hour to attune, right? For most things.
Mhm.
Even though I know the timing is probably horrible, I still want to. I'm gonna give him the wand of fireballs.
Okay. So you have the wand of fireballs. You are not attuned to it at the moment, but you have it.
I greatly appreciate this.
I mean,
Happy bird noises.
We lost your flamethrower, but have a stick of fireballs.
Have a fire stick.
You can watch all the shows. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It took me a second, and I hate that.
I'm kind of
Sorry,
imagining
that's all your favorite streaming.
the closer we get to him in the center of town, the more oppressive the voice in the back of my skull is, just like pulsing. I'm very distracted on this walk into town.
You are, as a matter of fact, as you are walking, it is persistent. It becomes less a voice and more of just a droning in your ears. This ever present. And you can see the 4 columns rising up. You don't stop your walk, but your brain clarifies, and the droning, ever oppressive noise. If you survive, you will take me to this other place. Yes.
You know, doesn't sound like a bad idea.
If you agree, I will lend you my aid.
Yeah. Fuck this guy.
Indeed. Fuck this guy. And the voice just pulls back, and there's clarity like you haven't felt in a very long time. As you are walking, Gage, after handing your scarf off and receiving your own gift, you feel a presence walking beside you. It's one of those things where if you turn to look, it's nothing there. But if you keep looking ahead, you can see it out of the corner of your eye. You know, it's the Douglas Adams cloaking device, but it's as you walk forward, you hear the voice. Well, remember our deal? Good. I feel that you'll be expecting it soon. Good luck. And it fades. As you keep walking, you get closer to the edge. You are now standing at the promenade, or the promenade. You can see the bridge spanning the way as you cross over. You see the fountain ahead of you, crushed by the heavy foot of a giant demon, the dais behind it. You see Peter Dietrich, his back to you as you approach. Colm stops you all, one hand raised. He turns and looks at all of you. Regardless of the outcome today, I would like you all to know it has been an honor and a privilege serving with you. In light of all that has occurred, I could have never picked a finer group of people to have by my side. Now, try not to die. I'll do my best.
Stay on the other side. Not like death,
Unfortunately.
but you know, the other side of this.
Right, I was hoping that's what you meant. And unfortunately, there's no simulacrum this time for me to retire to. So, good luck, everyone. He turns, strides forward, and you can see him. He's pulling something out of his bag, and it looks like a cylinder. It looks like a rusted ball, right? As he starts stepping forward, he says, Peter Dietrich, on behalf of the True Directorate, you're hereby under arrest for crimes against all of humankind, elvenkind, dwarvenkind, and the peoples of this world. Surrender and find yourself with some sort of mercy. If you fail, then unfortunately, we will have to put you down or restrain you by some means. And you watch as he slowly turns to regard this child. You're going to restrain me.
You got wax in your ears, that's what he said.
You're going to restrain me. I've known this place, this book, this world long before you ever set foot on it. You'll do no such thing. And you watch as Colm takes the ball that he has, these orb, and you can see that it is like not a solid mass, it's bands that are wrapped around and coiled. It's about as big as a softball, and it looks like it's rusted metal. And you watch as he takes this item and he hurls it, throwing it straight at Peter Dietrich. As it goes towards him, you watch as all of a sudden the bands expand and try to wrap around Peter Dietrich, who must give a strength check. Actually, I need to roll an attack roll. So give me 1 second here. It's one of my favorite items in all of D&D. The Iron Bands of Bilaro.
Yeah, they're nifty.
Yep, I'm just gonna capture you in these things now.
Yeah. Think about life for a little bit. I'll be back.
He hurls him in the direction of his uncle. As they get right before they're about to snap open, you watch as Peter just and takes the cane and swings it, and the bands unravel for a second before raveling back up and landing on the ground.
How far are we from him at this point?
You are about 30. You're about 60 feet from him right now. So it's Peter's on the dais. 30 feet ahead of you is Colm, and you guys are 30 feet behind Colm, so 60 feet. And as he threw those, you know what I need from everybody?
Initiative.
I need initiative rolls.
This one.
All right. Let me roll for my dude here. Yeah, I'm doing wonderful on those rolls. All right. What did Gage, what'd you have?
21, 19 plus 2.
Okay. Emrys?
You are muted.
Dirty 20, 9 plus 11.
Okay. How about Liz?
10.
Okay. And Moonin.
23.
I was gonna say, I probably need to add an extra space at the top because I figured you had something high there. All right.
14 plus 9.
Nice. All right. As everybody springs into action, the bands go wide, rolling into an inert ball as they hit the ground and roll away. You can see them from where you're at. They would be about 60 feet on an angle. You can run to try to get them if you want to. Or if you want to try to move closer, you want to pull your gun out and go first. Moonin, it is your choice. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess I'm gonna pick up my rifle, and is there any cover anywhere near where I am, or are we just kind of walking down the center of the street right now?
You're
Wide
there's
open?
no cover. It is wide open trails.
Beautiful.
Even the fountain that was there, the rubble has been reduced to nothing but just crumbled bits of stone, alabaster and marble.
Well, we're gonna start with Hex.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna shoot at him.
Okay. All right. So you cast Hex on him. No saves on that. Okay. Hex is now effectively placed on him.
I will give them disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay. I like it. Okay.
And pew pew.
All right. Go ahead and fire away. What rifle are you using?
Packed rifle.
Okay.
Only rifle I got.
All right. Go for it.
First one is a 17 plus 12.
That'll hit.
That's 2 of these. That's 20 for the first shot.
Okay. Hang on just 1 second here.
Yep.
Okay. 20 on the first shot. Got you.
And we are going to spend a grit point on the second shot to attempt a dazing shot.
Okay.
If it hits...
Do you have any audience members, if you're out there listening, if you have any claws or anything else, bits that you want to donate, tonight's the night to do it. This is going to be a tough one. All right. So what are you going to hit him with?
11 plus 12, 23?
23 hits.
Okay. He needs to make a con save DC 17.
Okay. Okay, he succeeds.
Okay. And then 15 bullet damage.
Okay, so 15 bullet damage on that one?
Yep. And
all right.
Those are magical because packed weapon.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
All right. After your turn, Gej, did you count your hex damage in those shots?
I did not. I even started my turn with that. 2d6. Whoop. A 6 and a 1. Both sides of the spectrum.
Okay, so 7 more. Okay.
Yep. And that's necrotic if it matters.
Let me double check and see. It does matter, so thank you for that.
Yep. It's always important to clarify those.
Okay. Thank you. No, I know where he's at. All right. And after your turn, it is Gej. You can see your ally fires off 2 rounds in rapid succession. One of them looks like it was trying to slam him to the ground, but he shrugs it off, standing his ground. All right. What are you going to do, Gej?
You said he's about 60 feet away.
He is 60 feet away from you all.
I am moving forward 30 feet.
All right.
I'm taking my
30 feet.
30 feet, and I'm taking my handy dandy spear, stabbing it into the ground, and casting Hollow.
Okay, so you're casting Hallow.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The thing that I'm going to put on it is extra dimensional interference. Means he can't teleport or anything. If he fails his
Okay.
save, it is a DC 16 charisma. I doubt he will fail it, but there's a save.
Double check the casting time on Hallow.
Ah, shit. I didn't see that, sorry.
It's okay.
Never mind, that's not what I'm gonna do. I did not pay attention. My bad.
It's all right.
So instead, I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Guardians.
My wolves, come to me, my fellows.
Did you move forward to like him, or are you staying where you're at?
I'm still moving forward 30 feet.
Okay, so you're 30 feet closer, and you cast Spirit Guardians. Excellent.
Yep, if he gets within 15 feet of me, caster, don't see why he would. He gets got.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Negative. That is it.
All right, Emrys.
Okay.
Kyoki.
Okay. I am going to for once. Now, just so I know, because I haven't done sneak attack, has to be. Oh, okay. So for my sneak attack, well, I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna move up first of all, and get into a range where I can throw my daggers at him because I know they're daggers. Dagger of returning.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just because I know he hasn't, he's at Peter. Yep.
What's your maximum amount of movement? Well, what's your
30.
movement speed right now? 30?
30.
Okay. Keep in mind your daggers are going to have an effective range where you don't have to roll with disadvantage, and then a range where you'll be at disadvantage, and then a range where they drop off completely.
Okay.
So on your daggers,
It's 2060.
yeah. So you'd have to move up to 20 feet. So you can throw them now. You
Mhm.
just have disadvantage on the throw.
Okay.
For the purposes of sneak
Sneak
attack, you cannot have disadvantage on the roll to get sneak attack.
Yeah, but it says wait. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet. That enemy
There
is.
isn't.
I thought that enemy isn't. I thought there was something about sneak attack on something that hasn't taken a turn yet.
If you have that ability as part of your rogue abilities, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is only on assassins.
I am an assassin.
Okay, so if you look at your rogue assassins,
Yeah.
Assassinate, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet.
Okay.
So here's the thing about sneak attack. You only get the sneak attack, right? If you have advantage.
Yep.
Okay. But your sneak attack goes away if you have disadvantage, because it says, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. So
Yeah.
even though it's a normal attack, I'm going to rule that the disadvantage is only negated by the fact that he hasn't taken a turn yet. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it's a normal throw, but you won't get sneak attack on it.
I mean, if you wanted to hold your attack, you should know that Liz is going to go up and punch him. So she'll be within 5 feet.
That's true. Sorry. That made me laugh. Yeah. I just don't know when he goes.
I also do not know when he goes. So
We
That's,
got a 50-50 shot moving forward.
That's true. Well, I mean, using lucky at this point. Now I know it's like throwing all my cards on the table right now. Would that help in any way? I'm just curious. I don't use sneak attack very often, so.
All right. I'm gonna give you this one. You have a way of making this
No,
work.
if it doesn't work, I don't mind. I won't do
No,
it.
no.
I'm not
You
trying to
have
argue.
a way of making this work.
Yeah,
You're forgetting about your bonus action and what you can do with it.
that's true. Okay.
So think about your bonus action and what you can do with your bonus action.
Oh yeah, that's true. On my bonus action, I can dash.
Which would put you within that throwing range, giving you advantage. There you go. And you move 30 feet. You would have to be 15 feet away because 20 is where you start rolling with disadvantage.
Yep.
So if you move it 15 feet, right? So that's a total of 45. You have 15 more feet of movement. You can back away as well.
Sure.
So
Yes.
that's what you can do.
Yes. And that's what I
All right.
want to do. Yeah.
Okay. So you run forward.
Yeah.
30 feet, drive into your well, that extra movement, that slipperiness that you have about you.
Yeah.
Get forward 15 more feet, throw your dagger. Go ahead and roll to attack. You do have advantage on the attack.
So that's a nat 20. I rolled a 19 and a 20. I rolled a 19 and a 20.
chef's
was
kiss,
just
Get a
man.
memories. Fuck him
You're
up.
going to double all of your damage dice. That is all of your d4s, which is one of them, so you get two of those. But
Yeah.
then you roll all of your d6s twice. How many
Yeah.
d6s is that now?
8.
Wow.
Because it's
Oh.
4d6 at this level.
Yes.
So
Are you
get to
something other
roll-
than rogue?
Nope.
No, I'm only rogue now because I don't have Richard.
So it would be 66s, right?
And I'm pretty not well. Did I read that wrong?
You're level
I
12.
did. It was +4.
You're
So
level
yes.
12,
No,
66.
no. So yeah, I
I'll
looked up
say,
the wrong number.
I'll
That
say
was my
I don't know rogue. I can't help there.
okay. I was
So
like,
you're gonna
what
be
was the nice
rolling
number? That's fine.
12d6 and 2d4.
Yeah. Do I not have any more d6 in here? I thought I did.
Just D&D problems. I need more d6s.
No, I'll just use these ones.
I
Oh,
never
okay.
planned for this. I never thought I wouldn't have enough dice to roll what I was hitting somebody with.
It's one of those things, man.
It's a good
I
problem to have,
still
though.
need more d6s.
This is why people turn into dice goblins. You never know when you're going to need more.
I did not need to be a dice goblin for this to work for me. I did not need to become one. I was already one. Frig. Where are those d6? Okay, you know what? I'll do this first. I'm so sorry.
No,
Hey,
I'm loving
five.
the
that is a glorious start.
yeah.
It is a glorious start. We are all very excited.
I'm looking forward to
It's
this
gonna be
number.
my best hit. I'm gonna miss everything else from here. I'm
No.
gonna tell you that.
Hey,
Okay.
the deliciousness of this is fantastic. I hope you do.
Bad joke.
That's my
Just
one
the
nat
sound
20
of
for
all
my
the
No
first-
cap.
dice. Just listen. I'm realistic. I know what I want.
Jesus. Okay.
I
It's a
don't want you
lot
to
of
lose.
ones. I'm gonna
but I
tell you
want
right
you to
now,
hurt.
but it is a lot of 6s as
Okay.
well. Oh my god. This is where my mediocre math skills come into
Nope.
play.
Just start calling them out. What do we got?
No, it's okay. 4, 5, 6. Wait, no. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 25, Wait, no. So 30, 55.
And
You added
that's
your
with your
modifier,
D4s.
That is with my D4s.
and you added your modifier.
Yes.
Okay, so 55 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
On
I
the
got
first
4
dagger.
ones. The first dagger. No, I
You
don't
only
have
get one.
multi-attack.
Ah.
I don't have a multi-attack.
You listen here, you son of a bitch.
And for my next round of bullshit.
New rogue who just literally new yeah.
Okay.
And for my next trick.
That did not look like he enjoyed it at all.
No,
And you move back 15 feet. Is that correct? So you're effectively 30 feet from him at this moment.
You're within
Okay,
my
no.
puppies.
Good to know.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
I'm gonna get to. You know, maybe I should have taken the tough feat.
Good.
Maybe I
We've
should
got
have taken that extra health.
We've got this.
Up
Cute.
next is Colm, who takes out a wand, looking like a Harry Potter fan. You watch as he moves it, like traces it through the air, and casts a spell. I need to make sure that this will go perfect. Nope. As he finishes casting the spell, he throws it, and you watch as it hits the Lich, and you watch as the rune itself expands and wraps around him, and he just kind of brushes it off. And you watch as Colm goes, "You might have seen that as a failure, but what I have is that I've learned something. Good to know, Grandpapa. Don't call me that. Liz, it is your turn.
Call him
Oh,
Grim.
actually, hold on. At the end of Colm's turn, he is going to use a cantrip. Yep, he's going to
Cantrip.
cast a cantrip.
That's solid
And
footing.
he is going to cast Ray of Frost. And he is going to cast that at. There's 5U. So let's roll a d5 and see who gets hit with this. He actually hits Colm, so that's good. Well, not good, but actually he rolls really low, but still hits. Cool. So that's gonna be 4 of those. All right, and it hits Colm for 11 points of damage. You watch as this beam of blue-white energy flies out of the Lich's hand and strikes Colm. You can hear the ice as the ray of frost slams into his chest. All right. And that is his turn. Now it is Alyssa's turn.
Lissa's gonna go up and punchy punch. So
Okay. You move your movement up as you approach. Punch.
I don't think the first one hits. I think an 11 does not hit.
An 11 does not hit.
I don't think a 12 hits either, but she's going to do
12 does not hit.
She's going to do a key point, more punchy punch.
Okay. You're gonna punch with your feet.
20.
A 20. 20 will hit. Not a natural 20, I assume.
No, not a natural 20.
That's fine.
And I assume a 14 also does not hit. These
The
dice
14 does not hit.
Needs to go to dice jail.
Mm-hmm.
The one that hit, she's going to try to also learn something about it. She's going to try and see if he can be poisoned. So she's going to try and do the like harm, the fist of harm. So it is 14 points of damage, and he is poisoned if he can be poisoned.
He seems to resist the poison with no issue. So 14 points of damage?
Yeah, 8 of it is necrotic, though.
Okay, so 6 points of regular, good old-fashioned punching damage?
Yep.
Okay, and then... Okay. He seems to resist the necrotic damage, but the poison doesn't seem to affect him at all.
She responds with he also can't be poisoned. That's information for the group, just to let you know.
Lead poisoning might work.
At the end of your turn, he reaches out and tries to touch you.
Okay.
I need you. Let me see if it hits you first. I'm hoping. Nothing personal against you, but I mean, he's got a pretty high roll there. Yeah, it's a 31 to hit.
Oh yeah.
So I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no, I don't like those. Those aren't great. It's a 10. These dice are going in dice jail.
Yeah. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
But you are paralyzed for 1 minute. You are incapacitated, cannot move or speak. You automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against you have advantage. And if I'm within 5 feet of you, it's automatically a critical hit. But in the meantime, you are going to take 3d6 cold damage. You take 7 points of cold damage, but you are paralyzed for 1 minute. Again, at the end of each of your turns, you can make the save again, okay?
You said 7 points of cold damage?
7 points of cold damage. I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 2.
Okay.
So yeah, we did really well there. All right. That is your turn.
Yep.
Okay. Now it is his turn because he used a legendary action. Returns those. You're right there in front of him, but you're not a problem right this second.
No, I tried to hit him, and then I missed, and then I missed again, and then I hit him, and I hit him with necrotic, and he was like, "The fuck is this?" And then I tried to hit him again, and his hit was like, "Nope." I was like, "Oh, okay."
What's the radius on your spirit guardians? Is it 15 feet, or is that the diameter? So it's a 30-foot diameter?
No, if he gets within 15 feet of me, it procs.
15 feet of you. Okay. He is going to move transversely toward. Actually, they're invisible, aren't they? He can't see them. Look it up real quick.
They flit around me, so I don't think they're invisible.
Can see them? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say that they're invisible, but his speed would be halved in the area, and if he enters it, he has to beat a wisdom saving throw to not take damage.
Well,
but
he is actually going to move not parallel, but off at a range to where he can enclose all of you, because the only one that hasn't moved up right now is Moonin. So the rest of you are within 30 feet of each other. And he is going to move, I almost want to say transcendentally, but that's not the right word. He's going to move at an angle to where he avoids your spirit guardian, but that you're all within a certain range of him.
Mm-hmm.
He is then going to hold up a hand and pull down a small bead and throw it right in the center of all of you.
Okay.
And I need dexterity saving throws from everybody. Liz, except for you. You will not be caught in this. Everybody
Oh.
will be caught except for Liz. So he put it out to where it's going to expand to hit everybody with the exception of you because you were where he was at.
Gotcha.
Dexterity saving throws from all of you.
Dirty 20. 15 plus 5.
Okay. Success.
23.
Success.
21.
21. Success. All of you succeeded. Good job.
Sweet.
Because he is casting this at a higher level. 36 halved to 18 for all of you who succeed, unless you have fire resistance, which will have it again, but 18 points of damage to all of you as he casts Fireball, and he steps back and looks at the resulting damage or lack thereof, and he is disappointed by what he sees. You're all very mobile, aren't you? Let's see if we can't take you out the old-fashioned way. And that is going to, he's going to, nope, that is his turn. He moves that and stops. All right. He is last in the turn. We're back at the top. Moonin, he just hits you with Fireball. That's true. If you have evasion, you take none.
Yep.
I'm just saying. Remember that.
Evasion's a lovely thing.
Yes, it is.
I did not like that. I'm going to. I'm going to take my first shot as a sharpshooter, and will burn a point for Deadeye, so I have advantage on it.
Okay, go for it.
That is a 15 and a natural 20. So, right off the bat, before dice, it's 16 damage.
Okay. What sort of damage is that?
All of the damage I'm going to tell you first is all magic damage from bullet.
The first 16, got it.
The first 16 is just from sharpshooter and the base damage.
Got it.
Then we have another 9, and then another 18.
So 27?
Yep, and that's the rest of the bullet damage. And then for Hex, it's 5, 9, 10, 11 necrotic.
Okay, halved to 5. Okay.
And because I rolled a natural 20, I get a grit point back.
Okay.
And that was shot number 1. And then we're feeling spicy. We'll keep trying sharpshooter. So that would be -5. It's a 19.
As your shot comes at him, he throws his hand up and it gets disintegrated by a purple force or shield. As he casts his hand up, this purple energy just evaporates the bullet into nothing.
I got 2 more rounds in this clip. We'll second wind.
All right.
We'll keep doing what I'm doing, sharpshooter, see if I can get another one of these through.
Okay.
But the first one is going to be a violent shot with 1 point in grit.
Okay.
That is a 15 on the die, so 10, 22.
22 just misses.
22 just misses.
Oh, actually, Nope. 22 hits. Sorry.
22 hits?
22 just hits.
Okay. Just hits. Oh boy.
Good to
Ooh.
know.
Yes. Good to know. So, another 16 bullet damage from Sharpshooter,
Okay.
plus Violent Shot, which gives me an extra die of damage. That's an 8, 10, 14 bullet damage on that one.
Okay.
And then last shot. How do we do gun jamming with a magical weapon? That was a 2 on the die.
Ooh.
Technically, that's a misfire.
I'm going to say that it's going to work a lot like you do with your regular one. You have to clear it out.
Okay.
So I'll say that if you want to try to clear it, you can unsummon it and summon it again.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll take your
That's an action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
right.
what it would be to fix a misfire anyway. Would be an action. So
Right. Your action.
Okay, that's my go.
All right. At the end of your turn, I need Gej, Holm, and Emrys. Gej, Colm, and Emrys, I need you guys to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
They're doing so good right now, but they're gonna do absolute shit. I need them.
Okay.
23 with a nat 20.
Success.
30, 20 with 15 plus 5.
Success. You're each going to take 13 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That is the end of Moon's turn. That was his legendary action. I believe we're at Gedge now.
How far away from me is he?
He is 20 feet from you.
Cool. First things first. I'm going
Oh,
to
did you make your Constitution saving throws for keeping your concentration? That would be at least 2 of them I know of. One for the fireball and one for the disrupt life.
Forecaster negates that, doesn't it?
No, it just gives you advantage on it.
The no. But nice. 16
Okay, that's one of them. Give me the other one too.
and 16.
Okay. Yes, you succeed on both of them. You just had to make a 10 or higher because it's half the damage or 10, whichever's highest. So each of those times you only took half damage because you succeeded. So 10 or higher. So you're good. You maintain your concentration on your spirit guardians. Okay. Now what would you like to do?
Cast spiritual weapon. It's not a concentration spell, and
No,
it's
it is
also a
not.
bonus action.
Yep. So
Since
it
it's
appears.
60 feet, it's right over there next to Homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna close that distance and get right up in his face. His stupid little lichy face.
Okay.
Yep. Bad decisions? Probably.
I'm here for it though.
Really.
Hey,
So what are
Cap.
you gonna do now? Hmm?
That's not what I wanted.
I realize I forgot to give you the hex damage for the second wind, or not the second wind, the other. It's a total of 2.
Okay.
I got 2 ones.
So it's 1. All right. All right. Moving right along. That is very true, Deca. Every point helps. So you moved right up in front of him. When you cast your spiritual weapon, you can make it attack.
Does that take my attack action?
Nope. It's part of the bonus action on it.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Because I'm moving up to attack him as well.
Yep.
Uh,
You basically get 2 attacks, one with the spiritual weapon and one with your weapon.
I'll just make
What
sure.
weapon are you using?
Well, I wasn't ready for that question.
Mhm.
Something that bludgeons, I suppose, because I've got something that stabs. Covers some other stuff.
Well, I meant your weapon, not the spiritual weapon.
Oh, it's the
force
spear that I
damage.
was given.
Okay.
Yeah.
The spear.
Yeah. So for my spiritual weapon,
Mhm.
that is going to be a 25 with a 17 plus 8.
That'll hit.
Okay. I've got notes, but I don't know where my dice are. Yep. 6 plus 8. 14. 18 damage with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. 18 damage.
Yeah. Keep rolling it behind my freaking computer, but I can't see it.
Okay.
And then my physical attack with the spear will not hit.
All right. You summon up, running up on him. As you do, you jump with the spear and he slams it out of the way. But as you were jumping through the air, you reached out your hand, drawing this magical energy that forms into a weapon. It slams him across the back. He kind of stumbles in place, snarls as he looks at you. Ah, I see. Yes, please, come closer. And anything else on your turn? Amris?
I'm not gonna move up.
Okay.
I'm going to, instead of throwing the dagger this time, I think I'm gonna magic missile.
All right.
Just I have the rope. If there's any time I'm gonna do it,
Now's the time to pull out all the
now is the
stops.
time to do it. Exactly.
Okay.
Should have. I'm pale as heck now, but I should have brought up magic missile to begin with, because I always forget that I have that. My one little
It's
spell.
3 darts, and it's
just
one
cast out of
additional dart for
for
each level. So
Yeah.
first
And this
level, second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level.
So right now it's 7. Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
because it's fifth. Because it automatically does it at 5th level.
So you pull off the star and throw it, and you watch as the little star points on it explode into missiles that, like a Merv cannon, just send little darts arcing towards him. And it's a 1d4 plus 1 for each missile.
It's 1d4 plus 1 for each missile, and I have 7.
Okay. I'm going to save you from rolling. Because
Oh no.
remember what he did at the beginning of this? He cast shield. All of the darts rocket towards him, and you watch as they pum, 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 pum. Each one of them detonates as it hits the magical shield that's around him.
All right. Evades this time.
This time. All right. That was your action. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Next up is Colm. Colm is going to run forward and grab the bands and try one more time to throw those and see if he can't catch him.
Is the spell he has on List concentration?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it's just an ability.
That just popped into
You
my head.
watch
Figured I'd ask.
as the bands arc and they look like they're going to strike and land on him and engulf him, and they just boom, hit the shield and just boom, 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 down on the ground. So unfortunately, Combs like, damn it. And he starts rummaging in his bag for something else that he can use. That is Colm's turn. Liss, your turn ends. You can give me another saving throw. It is a Constitution saving throw.
I rolled an 18 plus 3, so 21.
You are no longer paralyzed as you made the save. However, that is the end of your turn. It is now his turn.
And just curious, where am I? Like, and where did he move from? Like, how far away is he from me?
He is 30 feet from you. He moved at an angle to everybody, but where you were at, he just moved 30 feet.
Okay.
He looks at all of you and says, I believe you. And he points a finger at, we're going to roll this again. All right, so before I roll this, I just want to go ahead and call this out. So that way I have all of you. So look at me. Emrys, 1 and 2. Moonin, 3 and 4. Gej, 5 and 6. Liz, 7, 8. Colm is 9 and 10. Okay? Do we have that? I rolled a 1. Emrys. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use Lucky to let myself sort of have that. Well, not. I guess it is advantage. It's before I roll and before it's called out. So
Lucky. So,
an ability check.
You don't get yourself advantage, but you make the roll.
Yeah, that's true, and I have to take.
But and then you decide if you want to use it.
Okay.
But then you have to use whatever it comes up as. So make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
I have Sentinel. Would this help?
No.
Darn.
Actually, I'm fairly confident with this roll, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you roll?
21.
That does succeed.
16 plus 5.
All right. You're going to take half as much damage.
Yep.
It is necrotic damage, just so you know.
I can only imagine what spell this was, Cap.
Awful.
Which one do you think it is?
Is that the one you used on me on that one campaign?
No.
Okay.
Because that is not a saving throw.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's health?
It's just, a level of health, and that's it. You are going to take half as much damage.
Okay.
So that's going to be 38 points of necrotic damage. Okay? 38 points. You watch as he holds out his finger, and for a second, the illusion fades, and you can see this bony, desiccated hand as this enervating energy of like dark green, brackish looking energy strikes you right in the chest. You wither for a second. It sapped some of the life force out of you. You feel much weaker. If that would have killed you, you would have been a zombie.
Zombie. Sorry.
So that was health. Well, 38 was half.
That was half.
68.
So 70.
I would have not died. I can tell you that.
It was the total amount was 77, so you took half, which would have been 38.
I would have lived.
Okay. Good deal. That is the end of his turn. Actually, no, he is going to use a bonus action to turn to like tap the staff, and you watch as images of him appear.
I do need a wisdom saving throw from him, though.
You got it. Wisdom saving throw.
It's number to beat 16.
You got it. I'll tell you what it'll be in just a second. I got to adjust all of these down. 22.
Yeah, that beats it. He's
Does
still.
he take half damage?
I think it just says it negates it. I'm pretty sure it says it negates it.
Okay. Once you look
Let
that up.
me let me just be 100% sure.
While you're looking that up, so you see multiple copies of him like layered across each other. The illusion, 3 of them appear, and they seem to duplicate his movements and everything. All right. That being said,
You're right. It is
Yep.
half 11 radiant damage.
okay, so 11 radiant damage. Let me double check and make sure. Perfect. Okay, so 11 radiant damage. We're going to use this spell in a minute, and it's going to be larvally. All right. That is his turn. We're back up to the top of the round. Moonin.
Nobody.
Roach is like, I want to be on camera.
He do.
I'm going to start my turn by dismissing my weapon.
Okay.
And reapparating a new one.
So it reappears in your hand, ready to go.
And that's really about all I got for this round.
Okay.
Would you allow me to taunt him with a minor illusion?
Sure. What are you going to make?
Oh, now that he's close enough, I want to just start echoing his friend he screwed over's words into the area to make sure he hears it.
So he hears traitor, 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 but in that voice?
Mm-hmm. False deity, traitor, betrayal.
Okay. He just looks over at you and narrows his eyes. I see. We have friends in common. At the end of your turn, he turns his eyes and they blaze like balefire for a moment. And I need Gej to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Huh? Look, I always feel bad rolling 20s, cause especially when people can't see it, because I feel like people think I'm lying. But I got a 20. It's a 28.
Nice. So you succeeded in like the anger and the fire that burns within you. He's like trying to frighten you and turn you away. You look at him, and the fire that blazes in your own eyes matches his. Not easily frightened, are you? All right. That is Gadget. It's your turn.
My turn?
Yep,
I'm still in his face.
you are.
Oh, quack, quack.
Okay. So you're going to use the bonus action to make the weapon attack, and then you're going to attack him as well.
Yeah, get the wombo combo.
Okay, go for it.
20.
Total of 20.
Total of 20.
He throws his hand up as his reaction.
Okay. And then for my physical spear, it's actually a 22.
That just hits.
Cool beans.
Just remind me, your spear that you're using, is it magical?
It's masterwork. It's a +1.
Okay.
Four damage.
All right.
Shock. That's
All right. Emrys. Emrys.
Oh, that's me. Okay.
Welcome, Traz.
There's like 2 things I can do. Magic whistle. Dagger. Which one? I'll throw the dagger again.
All right.
Yeah, I'll throw the dagger again.
Okay.
Ooh. Is anyone within 5 feet of him?
Mm-hmm.
Edges.
Gedges? Okay. I couldn't remember if it was lizard Gedge. I'm sorry. 26 to hit.
26 will hit him.
Perfect. That's only 1, right? Yeah. Sorry. Oh, Jesus. My whole brain just stopped. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was like counting and then it just like went up and I was like, hold on.
You break his into lockup.
Yeah, I was like,
It's the Windows. It's the Windows rebooting sound.
Error
Yeah.
Error 404. Math cannot be found.
Literally, I looked at my dice and they all just went woo, and I was like, "Excuse me."
Error 403 forbidden.
Your
Yeah.
eyes crossed. Math does not make sense.
Okay, so that since Gedge is right there, sneak attack procs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Perfect. So 35.
35
Hey.
points of damage.
Get him.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I never realized how much rogues add up, and I'm just like, I'll just throw the baby dagger. It's not that much damage, but hey, it's fun.
Blast
For our-
cannon.
For
Sorry.
our old school PC guys, Emrys doesn't have a math coprocessor. That's a throwback. Rogues can be brutal, Traz, especially if you have a rogue paladin combination where you nat 20.
You can
and
just
then
drop
you
a
pump in
smite in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think the most damage I've ever done with a rogue was the rogue ranger that you let me play for a little bit in the
Oh,
last
yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
Or what was it? If you go barbarian, technically you can just give yourself sneak attack because you just give yourself advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a character, or I had a person play a character like that, and it was awful.
Sounds
Glorious,
horrible.
but
It
awful.
was. All right. On that monstrous amount of damage that you just did, is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. Colm is going to look at Emrys and see that you look hurt and is going to run over and take out what looks to be like a cylinder or a syringe, but there's no needle in it, and just like pops it into your arm and presses down. And you are going to get some healing.
Do you have stim packs?
Delicious.
Basically, it's like that. You're going to get 11 points of health back.
Delicious. Thank you, Colm.
That's what I can do at this moment. He seems to be impervious to that damned ball. All right, and Colm is going to pass the buck on, but at the end of Colm's turn, you watch as Peter turns and says, none of that. And he is going to cast a cantrip.
Is it an attack?
It is a cantrip.
Oh.
Unless you have Mage Slayer, I don't think it's going to work on him.
I tried.
You sure did.
I do, but I'm very far away.
17, Emrys.
Okay.
Does that hit you?
A 17?
Yes. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, he doesn't just automatically do damage to you yet. 14 points of damage. So the healing goes in, and then he just takes it away.
I like the little
Like
yet
I'm
you
being
snuck
yanked
in there,
around on a
like
rope.
real fast.
What's that? What's that?
I liked the yet you threw in there real quick and then kept going.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
All right. That is Colm's turn. Liz, it is your turn.
Duh.
All right, how bad does our French person look? Because our Emrys is the only person who's taken damage, right?
No,
No, wait a-
everybody's taking at least a little bit,
Mhm.
except for Moonin.
I have taken damage.
You have taken.
Yeah.
Emrys looks pretty rough, if I'm not mistaken.
How do I describe this without
On a scale of 1 to... I'm kidding.
Do I
On a
need to
s-
make a medicine check to see how
Are
damaged?
you are you
on a
bloody?
scale of 11 from like 1 to 11, I'm roughly a 6.
60. Are you at half? Are you under half?
Roughly.
Okay, you're
Okay.
bloodied.
What's my half?
I'm sitting here like between a scale
Yeah.
of 1 to my max health. I'm about here.
Oh no.
On a scale of like 11.3 to like from 1 to 11.
Now we're getting into weird math. Why are you bringing decimals into this?
Because I'm
Okay.
not
Because
saying
I
my
have
actual
100 and-
health.
That
This
is
113.
That's unnecessary. We don't need
So
decimals.
from 1 to 113, we're at 60. So
Okay.
You want to know
Go
what's
there.
unnecessary? How rude Peter is. That's unnecessary.
I got what you meant.
I'm not gonna throw out my action. I'm kidding. I'm a little wobbly on my feet, but I'm still kind of braced. I'm good.
Okay. Can Liz get to Emrys?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Liz is gonna run over to Emrys and just be like, "You can't die," and she's going to do one hand of healing, and she might do 2 hands of healing, depending on can she get to Emrys and then get to Peter?
Yes, because you have 60 feet of movement.
Fuck yeah. Okay. So
But that's so deadpan.
yeah, fuck yeah. So she is going to do
You're going to do a
3.
heal by?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a heal by. I'm gonna do you can't die. Just 3 heals, and then she's going to go and try and punch.
Peter.
Okay.
So I gotta
Like
roll.
you're running by and just smacking me on the back of the head.
Yeah, just you
Hold
can't
on
die
one
yet.
second. Because you went way of mercy, right?
Yep.
As an action, you can
Mhm.
spend a key point to touch a creature and restore a number of hit points equal to a roll of your martial arts die and your wisdom modifier.
Is that not my attack?
But that is your action is used to do that. You then cannot attack.
Lame. Okay, I only give 1.
So
I will
martial
be
arts
doing-
die.
Yeah, I'll be doing my like one of my fury blows. So I guess we'll go up to Peter first and try to hit him 3 times, and then run over to Emrys and be like,
Okay.
"You can't die yet."
All right, so you're going to hit 3 times. When you use your flurry of blows, you can place one of the unarmed strikes with this. Okay, go for it.
I have an 18, a 17, and less than that.
He has shield up. Those miss.
Okay, so she like tries to hit Peter, and then she's like, "Fuck it, I'm out. Emrys, you can't die."
All right.
Yeah.
Well, he can't. He can't hit you with the attack of opportunity.
Nope.
Because he used his reaction. But that's good.
Also,
All
he
right.
couldn't anyway because I'm mobile.
That's fair.
So Emrys gets back.
Actually, hold on a second because I really should do this. Your first attack was a what?
I don't know. I rolled them all at the same time.
It's fine.
So the way you listed them, it was what, a 18,
An
a
18.
17?
As you punch the first one, it dissipates one of the duplicates.
Oh, okay.
On the second one, two duplicates. And the second one hits a duplicate.
Sure.
And the last one is okay, because I got to remember what their AC, because their AC matters.
Mhm.
What was the last one? Do you remember what the last number was to hit?
You just said
it
lower.
is- Yeah, I know. 12. It's 5 plus 7.
It misses completely. All right.
Okay.
So that
That's
one
what I
doesn't hit either
figured.
one. So now you only see 2 Peters there.
Interesting. And then I give Emerith a where the crap is it?
That should have went off on Gej's turn, but I flipping forgot. So, but we use missed attacks for that. So hey, that's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a 7 plus, I think, 7 plus 5. So
right.
12 points
12
of
HP.
healing. Yeah.
All right. And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Gej, with you standing directly in front of him, he looks at you, narrowing his eyes. He says, You are a thorn in my side. The range on this is 60 feet. He looks at you and he just says the word, die.
Sorry about it.
If the creature you choose has 100 hit points or fewer, it dies.
Oh
You
no.
are just dead. Not unconscious, not at 0, dead.
It's me. Cool.
Is Gej out?
Gej is out right now. Gej is dead.
Power word kill?
Mm-hmm.
Power word kill.
That's disgusting. I hope he doesn't have any more.
We don't know.
I'm
That,
just saying, I
however,
hope.
that, however, is his turn.
I needed
Spirit
a will
Guardians.
save before he killed me.
Okay.
Fuck him, that's why.
Because start of the
Fail it,
turn.
you stupid bitch. I love you,
I love
Cap.
that
I
you
mean
called
it.
it a will save, and 2, I just love the fact that you're like, because he's a stupid bitch.
Look, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I play too much Pathfinder.
Don't you be
28.
sorry. That was amazing.
That's a 28. So
Damn it, Bobby.
All right.
He's taking damage, whether he wants to or not.
Yeah.
14, 20. Hold on.
Mhm.
14, 22, 29, halved. 14?
Yes.
Okay. Radiant. I don't know if it matters.
Nah, it doesn't seem to affect him anymore. He looks at you as you, like, he just sort of draws it from you, and you fall to the ground. The last thing you remember is seeing the sky. All right, I'm going to come back to you in just a minute, so don't go anywhere. Moonin,
Oh, no.
you
Yes.
watch as he just dropped Gej. Gej's eyes are glassed over, and there is no movement. The skin is gone ashy gray. Well, Gej, your skin is... Anyways, he looks paler than normal. It's like, so his skin goes ashy gray. So
Normal?
is it the same?
Or ashy. Think more Kratos.
Got it. All right, your turn, sir.
Well, I don't like that at all. We are going to not sharpshooter, but I'm going to dump 2 grit points into violent shot.
Okay.
So this raises my misfire by 4. So on a 8 or lower, it's a misfire.
Because you have a misfire on 4 or lower?
On the rifle, yeah.
Okay, so 8 or lower. Got it.
Woo! 14 plus 12.
14 plus 12, so 26?
Yep.
Goes through. That hits. Good roll
Okay.
damage.
You can have 4d10. That's a 10 and 3 9s.
10 and 3 9s.
Yeah.
So 37, 38, 37. Hang on, my brain's not working. Yeah, 37.
Okay. So 37 plus 6 for just rifle damage.
Mm-hmm.
So 43.
Okay.
And then second shot, we'll go sharpshooter just to see if we can get some damage because I'm mad. 18 minus 5 is 13 plus 12 is 25.
Second shot pierces him.
And that one's just regular 2d10.
Okay.
So total is 20.
Something that you don't hear me say because it's somebody else's catchphrase, but I feel like it's appropriate this time. How do you want to do this?
What? I want to blow his damn head off. He just killed my cleric.
Oh, Moonin!
You normally have a standard bolt action rifle, but for some reason, when you summon this one, the energy turned it into a lever action. You fire the first round, it pierces him. You watch as the round goes through his neck and out his skull. You quickly rifle another round in, bang, and fire. As he looks at you, righting himself, his ichor just kind of flowing out of him. The second shot just hits him, boring a hole that big around, just out the backside. He just and then falls down to the ground. His body turns to ash slowly from the top down and just blows away in the dust. Immediately, Peter runs over and looks at Gej. Gej, he starts rummaging through his bag to pull stuff out. You find yourself, however, standing in a beautiful field of wheat as far as the eye can see. There is peace and beauty here. There is everything that you could want. You feel a presence next to you, walking up, a man dressed in fine clothes, a nice suit, well manicured beard. Nah. Gone and got yourself killed. And we had a deal. He kind of looks like down at his shoes and over the edge of something. We'll give them time to grieve. They're not a part of your world now.
Like to follow his gaze.
Mm-hmm. You see nothing but the ground. You see nothing but like dirt in these wheat fields. He says, he puts an arm over your shoulder. He says, they won't know you. You won't know them. You will remember me, though. I'll let you keep a memento. And you feel something draped around your neck. He tousles your hair and says, I'm sorry, but it's the way it's got to be. You understand, I hope. And if not, perhaps you'll understand in time.
Can you answer me this before you rip my heart out again?
Sure.
They'll make it.
He looks down and he says, "Moments after you fell, your friend felled him. Now they just need to find his phylactery.
Where that is.
They'll find it. I'm sure. But hey," and he kind of like gives you that punch in the shoulder. "Think of it this way. You'll still be alive." And he claps his hands, and you feel yourself falling. You hit like this cot, and you wake up as though you were caught in a dream. You look around for a second. You're in your home, but it's not your home. You have this weird sense of deja vu, like trying to chase a fleeting dream as it runs from you. You step outside. You find your significant other. They look up at you. "I thought you were going to sleep all day." You walk over and tuck your chin, and at first you're like, "This doesn't seem," but then you remember who you are and that you've lived in this village your whole life. Sure, at one point in time you took up a sword for the Lord of the Land, but you've retired from that life. You look around, you see the villages coming up under your gaze. Some of the newer houses have been built in the thatch roofs, and the road still needs to be packed down in here and there. You look down at your common peasant spun clothing. Voodoo.
Yep.
The mountain range off in the distance looks familiar and yet new all at the same time. You see a man with a large coat and a mantle on walking towards you. He looks at you and says, "Gesildar, welcome to your new life." And he squeezes your shoulder and he says, "Don't worry, you'll find your way soon." And he winks, and it's a well-trimmed beard, well-kept hair, a very familiar face. You're not quite sure where you saw him from.
I know you, friend.
Aye. Although, and he kind of like looks up at the sun and holds his hand up. "We're still a bit early yet. You'll know me though. Don't worry. In the meantime, have a look around the place." You look, and talking to the player, none of the things that you see around you are modern. They all seem to be medieval. You hear the sound of ringing from a nearby anvil and forge. You can smell the smelting that's going on. There's a forge and a symbol above it, a symbol of the god of war. Coming back to the rest of you, the body of Gej lays there. Calm cast forth, trying to cast anything to bring them back, but there seems to be no response. He reaches down and closes the eyes of your fallen half-orc friend. You watch as many of the people from the city, from the protected area, start pouring forth, picking the body up and moving him. He is laid in repose, allowing you to grieve and to say your goodbyes. how would you like to dispose of, or what ceremony rites would you like to perform for Gej?
Gej's god is Roman, correct? And part of their part of their burial rites is to put coins on the eyes for passage. Is it not?
For passage, and that's Greek, but yeah, sure.
I wasn't sure how much Romans stole from the Greeks.
If it's, I mean, they took a lot, so I'll say that if you want to follow that rite of passage, that would be acceptable.
So Liz is going to put pieces on Gej's eyes, closed eyes, and just whisper, you are such a good friend, and I just hope that you're doing what you love and that you are at peace. And then she moves for anyone else to want to say anything to the body.
All right.
Emrys has been pretty quiet the whole time. He hasn't really said much. Just kind of in this like state of shock, and there's been moments where he's just kind of muttered to himself like, his eyes will open soon, I'm sure he'll come back. And like I've been saying by myself, almost kind of like thinking like, if I don't look at him, it didn't happen, right? So after Liz puts the coins though, like I've been traveling around with like, whether it's still in a good condition or not, the teacup that I've always carried with me, whether it's in pieces, I've still kept it. But he'll lay it on his chest. And after that, just wrap the scarf back around him a little tighter, back off.
Ronan?
Through all of this, before I walk up, how is the voice in my head taking the events that just happened? Am I still in clarity? Am I not hearing anything?
You have a moment of clarity.
Okay.
But right now you have a moment of clarity.
I'm not really gonna say much. Just gonna kind of walk up, bow my head, unstrap one of my mother's pistols, and put it on his chest. And then I'm gonna reach real deep to Creepy Eyeball Man. And simply ask, you're a purveyor of knowledge. What can you tell me of this mark that appeared on my friend?
There is very little beyond my sight, but of that I know nothing. Take me to where I need to go.
I think first we need to return to you a friend I'm sure you'd like to meet. He's still hiding in the area. One body was removed. I think the word phylactery? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Colm uses big words sometimes. Somewhere that is storing his body, and we need to find it. We don't want to have to do this again.
No. And it received again. Colm and the others perform the last rites for the body of Gej, interring him into one of the fields. He is laid to a hero's rest. Stories are written up about him, about the stand that he took. Over the next several days, Colm, and who is more sullen and quiet than normal, takes you all back to a familiar mansion. He starts going through there piece by piece, finding nothing except for a crystal that creates a pathway. The door, a portal, opens into a concrete room where you see 6 other doors, above them labeled E1 PW, E2 BW, E3, and then so forth and so on, each one of them. A familiar figure comes into the room, kind of like he stops for a moment as he sees you all. Hey guys,
Are these yours?
I was looking for those. And he walks over and like grabs them from your hand. As soon as he does, Colm takes a pistol, puts his hand on the front of the guy's chest, and pushes Howie down into the chair.
Oh,
Where's
is that necessary?
He works for him, of course. Where does he keep it? Crystal, a vase, some sort of thing. I'm not sure what you. And the pistol like is pushed under his chin hard. I'm not in the mood to have a conversation. I will paint the walls with your gray matter and search for it myself, or you can tell me and I'll let you live.
Colm?
Yep. Yes.
I'm just gonna walk up and level a pistol at his knee and put a bullet in his knee.
In Colm's knee?
No, in
Howie's
Howie's.
knee.
I thought you meant Colm's knee for a second there too. I was
No, no.
like,
Howie screams in
Yeah.
pain and
Surprise, I work for Peter. Hey, everybody.
Blast keeps thickening.
So Howie screams in pain as the round rips through his knee.
We really don't have a lot of time. An answer would be
His office is
lovely.
through the door. His office is through the door. Straight across. You open the door that leads out of this area, and there's a long hallway. There's a door straight across. No, and there's a door at one end of the hallway and nothing else. It's a very plain area. Colm, without even thinking, just opens the door. There on the desk are a set of these beautiful looking, like awards made out of crystal. Like, it says certain things like award winning, so forth and so on. Without hesitation, Colm immediately looks at each one of them and just starts firing rounds into them, breaking them and shattering them. I think that might have taken care of it, but I'm going to continue to search. There's a feeling that grips the back of your head. Now, this place. Here, leave me.
You know, I'd like to make a request, and I don't think that it's something you'll say no to because it's rather simple. I'm happy to give you access to this place. I really don't care for it. I don't know what there is of the afterlife. But if you find Getch, let them know we will find him.
Mm. Leave me here.
And I will cough up a giant purple crystal.
You summon your, like, you're not sure what to do, but you summon your rifle and you set it on the ground and you watch as it's sort of like watching like sugar crystals melt down and form into just this solid like mass. Your rifle is, or actually your gun is left laying on the ground beside it. Howie's like, "Dude, what is that? Oh, my knee."
Slow food.
Okay. Should I touch it?
Seeing as I just shot you, you're being very cordial. You're welcome to touch it if you want.
Listen, I don't want you to shoot me again. My fucking knee hurts. And he's like, "I'm just gonna leave it. Can you guys leave?" And Colm turns and starts to walk towards one of the doors again. He stops and he looks at you and he says, "I have a lot of work to do. I'm not going to ask you to follow me or to help me. You've given enough as it is. But if you should find your way and our paths cross, let's have a drink."
Actually, I'm not sure where you're going, but I'll join you.
Excellent. What about the rest of you?
Liz just shrugs and goes, I've got nothing better to do until I die, so.
And you?
To new places.
To new places?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Then we have a stop to make first. We need to refuel. And we need to find your friend. He walks over to one of the doors, looks up at it and says, "This one looks like it'll work." He pulls it open, smiles at all of you. After you. As each one of you enters the door. Yep. What do you want to say?
I actually I wanted to do one more thing while we're here.
Sure.
I wanted to do it to Peter's office.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stand outside the door, and I have no idea how this place works, but I just want to fireball into it.
Absolutely. You step
That's my
back enough and you
boy.
just launch all of it in there. The room is
Oh yeah,
engulfed in
no,
flame
every
and
single one.
everything is burned to cinders.
That's my boy.
Howie's like, I'm just going to go home. He
Ah,
starts limping away.
I'm bringing Howie with me.
Huh? All right.
I've
As you
got
all
him by
enter
the
the
scruff,
doorway.
and I'm going through the doorway with Howie. If he had given us better information when we met him the first time, we could have saved a whole lot of time.
As each one of you enters the door, one after the other, Howie in tow, the door closes. And the troubleshooters are off on their next adventure. And that's where we're going to call it a close. I want to thank everybody who has been with us this entire time, starting with my players. I want to thank Otter for playing as Moonin and doing all the work on getting stuff set up. I'm looking forward to the next game and all the work that you've poured into that. Thank you so much. I want to thank Q for running the game or for running the Zoom call every week. And thank you so much for being here and helping along. I want to thank to Voodoo and to Vixen for both bringing just so much energy from their characters and being here with us as often as we could for every week. It has been my absolute pleasure to run this game for all of you guys. I look forward to the next adventure that will be on this coming Monday with Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Thank you all to everybody who has tuned in week after week to show up and play with us. It has been an absolute joy to run this for you guys. Until the next game, until the next adventure, take care of yourselves. Good night, everyone.
Have you ever fought a dragon and stormed its mountain lair? Have you ever killed a vampire and seen the evil in its lair?
Have you ever sought adventure and couldn't find it anywhere? Well, here's the answer to your call. We gotta die of it. Adventuring company. Come leave behind all your cares. Adventuring company. Come with me and see what's out there.
If you wanna be a hero or a demon in disguise, if you wanna steal a spaceship and sail across the endless skies,
If you wanna live a story and you're down to have some fun, come on and join the Dire Bears. There's a game for everyone. Adventuring company. Come leave behind all your cares. Adventuring company. Come with me and see what's out there.